All right. Welcome back, everyone. I had not been planning a stream tonight, because as people who follow me know, my streams are somewhat random. But I had a little bit of time, took care of some errands, and I wanted to, kind of firm up the list for anybody who follows me. I won't be at Eternal Weekend. I think I mentioned that multiple times already. But I am keeping this list up to date, and I want to get some additional testing. The matchup I'm specifically targeting and has already improved as a result of the change to Alistar Shepherd is the Key Ring matchup. I think I write this in the I mentioned this in the guide that I have drafted up and that will be posted on my Patreon within the next few days and will be cross posted on Andreas Peterson Echo Baronin um, Metafy. But I've said it in my Discord. If we can shore up the keyring matchup, I think this deck is very well positioned for Eternal Weekend. And that's because it has a good. I don't. I'm hesitant to call it great because you can still get cheesed at the end of the day. But a good, in my opinion, reanimator matchup. So if you can beat the two, in my opinion, most popular slash uh strongest decks in the format, you should be well positioned. Uh, I don't know if it's necessary, but I'm gonna try Godok Teague tonight. Just as another haymaker bomb to address that matchup. Obviously, the legendary Kithkin needs no introduction. For anybody who's played these white green Selesnya decks, historically. Yeah, but he has his awkwardness. Don't get me wrong, but I hope maybe he brings more to the table than his downside. We'll see. Sure. In this list, in the elf centric list, this is a little bit. uh, It's significantly harder to cast him because the only way to produce white mana is with Talon Gaze Madara, and you don't really want to do that. It's like super inefficient. Our opponent is tapping out. That is a good sign for us. It means we can actually, accelerate out an Atraxa here. I don't know why they didn't respond to Shepard. Like, you can't do anything anyways, unless they have like gut shot or something along those lines. But I think the lowest pedal is worth it here. Just bomb in our hand, turn two natural order. Green Sun. I don't know what our opponent's on, but Reclaimer is less situational. Like I said, I want to get that Atraxa out a full turn earlier. I think if they borrowed our Atraxa, I don't think we would really care. Yeah, turn to Atraxa. F6, I guess. Um, I feel like the only way we lose here is they like bounce on our tracks or something like that. So as a result, I'm just gonna just do all the way three. Where's Safekeeper? Yeah, I just don't think we're losing with Atraxa on board, regardless of what our opponent does. They must not realize what's going on. We have to lethal next turn. What are they targeting the bolt? Okay, I don't think I care. Whatever. I even they murked out here. I don't think we care. Yeah, like we're just so far ahead on board. All right, that was easy. I think here we just board in the snuff outs. Let's see what my sideboard map does. Oh, I guess only bring two snuff outs and one keen eye. We don't want too many snuff outs because this is the Corey deck, and like they might just have a Corey hand, in which case snuff out looks pretty bad. That was kind of a disgusting game. They're more to four. I think they're 3-1. They probably just don't think they can beat us fair. I think the game's already over because they more to four. Like what? Like there's no outside of them like wasting us out of the game. We just don't draw anything. I don't see how their four card hand can beat this hand. There's arguments to be made. We just play it safe there. because they're on Moto 3 already. Speaking of the devil. Yeah, like I said, there's an argument to be made. We just play it safe. They missed their attack. Nope, didn't matter. Never didn't have it. The other reason why I'm streaming tonight is because I think some players are gonna have a hard time adapting to the new list than the normal. Uh, they're a little bit more resistant to change, and hopefully this gives them some incentive. You know, to play. Huh. Um, we bog them here, or do we just like play the safekeeper? I guess if we bog them here, they probably just have like, well, it's not entirely true. I guess I just want to ramp. It's quite a hand. I think it's game. Our opponent had a small window. If we miss that land drop, maybe they can like get in the game because they were so far behind on mulligans. But the game's already over. Like I said, there was maybe no reason to just like leave ourselves exposed to one possible hand that could potentially get them back in the game. Like they're so far behind. I mean, it's good for us. It hasn't been particularly interesting. This has been lopsided affair, but our opponent did Moto 4. Tap, yeah, it's gonna get out of control right now. I'm just gonna like flood board, then bog our opponent. Ladies. They're probably playing the Nadu deck. Uh, Hand doesn't line up particularly well against Nadu, but let's just pretend like we don't know what they're on. I would probably keep this in the dark. Also, for what it's worth, our deck our main deck is not like super great against them, so it's not like we can mulligan into hands that are like significantly better than this, anyways. Ooh, they've changed decks. What are they on? They've given up on elves. Oh, that's sad to see. Interesting. I feel like we block here. They can kill us and then we kill them. Like removal is not gonna matter here. Like I don't think they have pumps. We're for sure taking this trade. Like we have which one are they targeting? Okay. Works out on our advantage, I guess. So that's pretty annoying. For what it's worth, this hand does not line up well against them as well. Thank you, Ever, for the raid. Appreciate it. How's your stream? Hopefully it was well. We traded a safekeeper for a Ocelot Pride earlier, which I think is totally worth it. They're gonna do that. Nope, we're not gonna allow that. I guess we can bash. Yeesh. That's ouch. We're gonna hold the endurance back just in case. It's possible we're supposed to attack there, but I didn't. Were the matchups bad, or was it just things didn't line up? How did you enjoy the deck, Everin? Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name correctly. By the way, I apologize if I'm not. Ugh, that's not what I want to see. You make it sound like an accomplishment. That's funny. Why do they have to have bombardment right now? What is going on? Ugh, Jesus. I don't want that to happen, so I'm gonna do that. We also play Reanimator twice. Oh, I see. Interesting. Well, we're just effed here because of bombardment. This is a nightmare. The problem is like if I pitch the land, they just get another thing. They can just do it again. So I just don't think we give them the option. Same vibes as show and tell. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I'm supposed to just like let that go, and then they kill that. The problem is then we only have like one creature. Maybe that's better than no mana. Frog and Doomsday. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. It's pretty brutal. They're probably just gonna pitch on upkeep or something, or they could have just done it now. To be honest. Hmm. I guess we just bat. No, there's yeah. I guess we just bash. We're just getting wrecked by this bombardment in a format where like nobody's playing sweepers. We get hit by the one sweeper. They can do anything anyway, so it's not gonna matter. I'm just gonna attack all. They can block the endurance, kill whatever else. We messed up though. We should have a reclaimer on the board, and we don't because I like stacked the cradle. I should not have done that. So our board right now should be no shepherd, endurance, cradle, and we should be able to play reclaimer, which would unlock our once upon a time the following turn. So we're already behind what we're supposed to be. Yeah, see, it should we should be attacking with two three threes right there, so they should be at six, and they're on one turn clock. But instead, we effed up. Sure, that's fine, I guess with us. Green Sun, not a bad call, I guess. So our opponent should be dead, but we our misplay cost us a turn. What's in their hand? Must be a land or something. So if we played it correctly, our opponent would have been dead already. and we're punished. Super, super punished. Yeah, if I did not sack that land there, we would have had lethal last turn. Oh, this bombardment's like killing us. I don't see why our opponent is taking so long though. Like it should be obvious what the line is. Sucks that I got punished though for the mistake. But that's the only way you learn, I guess. They're gonna plus. I'm gonna like. They do it that way. The Johnny's off the board, which I'm okay with. There's no good block here from our opponent. No good block for our opponent here. If they make a creature, our Arbor dies, so there's no point of playing it out. Hmm. They can just block and then kill the arbor, so maybe that's not worth it. One card on top, that's scary. What did they keep that's on top? Maybe Bowmasters or something? Must have been STP. That's the only other thing. By the same logic, there's no point of playing the Green Sun here. I can't cast once though. They can just ping it on blocks. It should be game though. I don't see how they're gonna beat a Wily Reliquary here. That should be game. They can waste us. That's fine. They have to draw exactly like Bowmasters here. Yeah. So we got punished and then not. Like our deck bailed us out for the bad misplay on my behalf earlier. We stole game one against this deck, which is huge because I don't think we're favored game one. And in general, we don't respect this deck because we just don't think it can be combo. Like I don't subscribe to, and I know this from my own experience. I don't believe you can rely on your other decks to beat your predators for you. I think in today's legacy, you have to be able to beat every deck. Okay, what are we doing here? Collective Oof is out. Force of Vigor. Do we want this? Maybe. It's huge. Bog is out. Yeah, one Force of Vigor might be okay. I don't know if I want more than that. But yeah, back to what I was saying. It's why I'm like focusing pretty heavily right now on trying to win the key ring match, or at least make it even. I think the latest change to Shepard greatly increases the clock, and the matchup might be okay now. But like I said, I don't believe in today's legacy you can rely on other decks to beat your predators for you. I think at the end of the day, you have to be at least decent against whatever competitive deck. Now you can make some sideboard adjustments because of the expected metagame, but like I said, I used to be of the mindset like, oh, hopefully somebody will be. This is like in 2021, I guess. Somebody will be Doomsday for me. Nope. I kept losing in events because at the time endurance had not been printed yet, and we hadn't figured out that Assassin's Trophy can just like stone rain your opponent. Um, so I would just lose to Doomsday, and then we figured out that matchup. The next year, it's like hopefully somebody can beat lands for me. Nope. Again, I would lose in the bigger events against better lands players until I finally, got the printing of Why the Reliquary to deal with that matchup. Uh, and then now, I think the hard matchup is Keyring, and like I said, we are like halfway there. I think with the Shepherd edition. One of the issues in the matchups before was your clock was too slow. Because Why the Reliquary just can be ignored. They don't use the graveyard. They don't play removal. Like it's like one of the planar Nexus decks are like one of the rare exceptions where Ride the Reliquary does not line up very well against those decks. What do we want here? I really want Shepherd, and we want a Cradle here or Bayou. If they waste them, we could be in trouble. The Cradle's probably greedy here. Given that we're on Moto 5. We're probably gonna lose this game too. We Moto 5 and just had unplayable hands. Our opponent's on 6-minute clock difference though, which is kind of insane. Considering their deck is kind of just an aggro deck. Yeah, I can see that argument. I just like don't want to accidentally lose to Wasteland. Like remove one to Wasteland. But yeah, I see what you mean by that. Like it's virtual card advantage. I think we just pray the sticks. The one card that it's not even great in this matchup. Like, why are the Reliquary, as good as it is, tends to have some problems against these gold Y strategies. Like Glaring Fleshbreaker is a problem for Why the Reliquary. And in general, anything like these token strategies, it's hard to connect is part of the problem. It's too bad. Like we didn't keep our 7 or 6. Like, like ideally we just keep a hand with Snuff Out and Natural Order. Like then that's easy mode, but you only play so many. So I would play like 6 Snuff Outs if I could. Uh, I thought about it. It's not playable, but not because of the reason you think, or maybe you do know. I thought about it for what it's worth. You talking about Eumidian hatchery, right? Let's see. Why is the card unplayable? There's a very easy answer. It doesn't make green mana. Correct. That's the reason why it's unplayable. This is really a mono green deck that likes a very light splash for black, and not casting green early is a non-starter. Now, if that card were in green, I would consider it because it's probably like a lateral grade to what is the card? Lair of the Hydra. It like does something different. And I'm not even playing Lair right now for what it's worth. Like to play a off-color land in this deck, the ceiling better be sky high. So like you're talking about win target game kind of cards. And Bog fulfills that. And from a strategic standpoint, Talongates and Madara feels that. Like I only make very, very um what is it called? I only make exception. The exception has to be huge, like for me to not play. We're probably effed. I don't know how we beat this hand. Like, I do not know how we beat this matchup. I think maybe we need to bring in Thoughtseize, like and like slow them down. It is off color. It makes colorless, right? If you're filtering in a green to make a green, then you haven't accomplished anything. Yeah, Shepard's looking kind of like terrible in this matchup. Yeah, I think we probably have to race in order. I don't know how. This is the problem without like I mentioned this on my previous stream. If you don't play natural order, how are you ever gonna beat decks like this that just like muck up the ground? Uh, ooh, there's a wasteland board. I don't think it matters. I'm like pretty behind anyways. I'm gonna readjust. I think my sideboard plan based on what I've seen here. It's good we're getting reps like against this deck because Shepard looks terrible here in this matchup. This, yeah, I mean we're pretty behind. All right, let's just concede. I don't think there's an out. Actually, just dead. Yeah, probably like not actual zero, but pretty zero. All right, let's get this out of here. It's terrible. What do we see there? Do we want needle? I don't think so. Like the thing's annoying, but I think we can live with it. The a Johnny activation puts you at negative. Why is that? Oh, the plus you mean? I don't remember. Maybe we just like bring it out the key knight. I don't think that's like particularly great in this matchup either. Or the force of vigor is probably loose. Actually, I think we just pray we have turn three natural order. Oh sure, that's. I mean, I didn't keep track. I like mentally checked out because I knew it was over. That is the classic like I'll lose every combo matchup, but try to win all the fair matchups, which I think it like probably does pretty decent against most fair matchups. I don't know what it's like. We obviously it can never be combo, but I don't know how it stacks up against lands. I'd be curious about that because Tabernacle seems like a pain in the you know what for it. Um, DNT probably I would imagine might have game against them too. I certainly don't want to play against a deck that's just like only playing on one axis and just conceding the combo matchups. Like I can't imagine it can ever beat Reanimator. Like outside of getting lucky. Torpor Orb. Interesting. What are the ETBs? Oh, I guess they have a Johnny. That's and Bowmasters. That's true. That's pretty funny. Me or Everin? Oh, Raptor too. That's pretty funny. Mm, man, are we just on like mold to natural order plan? Like this is generically good, but if they had like any of their better starts, I'm probably hosed. I think we just keep, and I don't think we just mold stuff out. That I don't know if that's like a winning strategy. We do top deck pretty well. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. I think for what it's worth, I think the show and tell matchup is like fine for elves or Cradle, whatever you want to call it. It used to be a little worse. It's just like over the years, we just got printing here, printing there, Force of Vigor, Allosaurus Shepherd, uh, Why the Reliquary, Elvish Reclaimer, just like here and there, just like relevant cards. Obviously, you have the saga for Needle package, depending on the variant. Omni's a little bit harder because Needle doesn't do anything, but yeah, maybe we should have molded. Regretting life's decisions already. All right. What are we doing here? Are we like flooding board? Or are we doing something else? I don't think we're allowed to. I don't think we're allowed to just like tap out for Water the Reliquary. They swords in. We're just like down 2 mana, right? We're giving our opponent a free dark ritual. I do like where you're going with that though, Everin. Like DRS would be pretty nice. Ironically enough, I see people wanting advocating for unbanning a Deathrite Shaman. I actually think that indirectly hurts Cradle, believe it or not. Because one of the best cards that Cradle can play right now suddenly gets a lot worse if Deathrite's in the format. And that's Snuff Out. Like we're the in my opinion, the premier Snuff Out deck in the format because only we play 4 copies. Not even Shadow's doing it. Not even Ninjas is doing it. Like we've done it for 2 years now. Like we're just on 4 snuff houses. Like don't want to give up game against these creature combo decks. And it's good against Ancient Tomb too. Like snuff out on an Eldrazi just is ridiculous. They tap out for Line Breaker or like Thought Knot Seer and just they get snuffed out. Like 4 mana swing. Granted, in their decks it feels like 3 or 2 even, right? Because of their like 20 soul lands, but they're probably playing around snuff out that we're bluffing. Because why would we keep this hand otherwise? Uh, um, that's probably true. I don't know. I feel like good decks or good deck building rewards, you know, good new printings. Yeah, see, we would have blown out like crazy by the snuff out. They're gonna waste us because they think we're on snuff out, which is totally fine. That probably just clears the way, I think, for we're gonna continue to bluff the snuff out because I think they're playing around it. That's probably true. I personally would not want to see Death Right unbanned, and that's coming from somebody who plays elves. I just don't think it's good for the format. What are they doing here? This is egregious. 10 minute clock difference. Uniquely, Cradle is one of the better decks to handle a Tamio because it's good against both axes and can pressure Tamio. Okay, what are we doing here? Do we want Safekeeper? or not. I guess they could triple block in theory. Are we attacking with all? Yeah, we're not afraid. I don't think they're afforded the luxury. I don't think they can afford to. What is the word I'm looking for? To trade there. When it turns over, Entomb is banned. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Training wheels. Ugh. Why do they have in bombardment? Okay, hold on, hold on. That is obnoxious card against us. Like Force of Figure is not even good against it for various reasons. What the hell am I supposed to do here? I can't pitch. Well, if I pitch the Safekeeper, suddenly the removal is back on. It's like very awkward. Ooh, that's pretty interesting. What do we want here? Does a land do us any good? Probably not. Let's do it this way. Do I care? I guess in this case, probably. Oops, I should eat something, but I did not. In hindsight, it's possible I'm supposed to just get a fetch land. There's Is there a reason to eat right now? Maybe. Let me think about that. What am I getting out of the deck right now if I eat? I don't think much reason to do so. I know, right? I guess we might as well eat another wasteland. We don't have a. That's the problem with Keen Eye Curator in this matchup. The fourth type is hard to get. We might as well just like play everything. Sure, I don't really care. The bombardment is like single handedly keeping them in the game. What are we doing here? Am I eating the land worlds? Probably not. I think it's game, right? It's been a minute since I played Cabal Pit. I know, right? This is why Keen Eye, I like it and all. It's really good against like the top decks. It's bad against this kind of deck. Protect it. Mm, game. They don't have anything left. Do I care? I think I do. Why not phase and sack the land of Shroud? I Oh, because I didn't have any lands. I had to eat a creature just to get the land in play. So essentially, by doing the phase, I get 2 lands. Or if I sack the land, then it doesn't matter, right? That's the reason. Good question. Actually, let me use the restroom real quick. That was way longer than I thought. You could. I guess I didn't think about lethal. That's how you know I'm like a closeted control player. Um, yeah. The other thing was I felt like if they had another swords, then yeah, you lose your white, and I didn't feel like I needed. I didn't want to just like randomly put the game in jeopardy, so to speak. No, the line that Mike Eureka is talking about is to phase so that I have lethal. Which, yes, if you're the aggro player, I think that's probably the best line. Me being a secret control player, I always think about how do I get extra value, right? And having the talent gates there to pitch allows me to save the Landlord Elves too. Now I can just go for lethal, but I just feel like we're so far ahead. There's no reason to go for lethal there. I guess like hypothetically speaking, somebody could do something crazy like next turn Wrath of the Skies, and suddenly like we lose everything. And so in that case, I'd rather just untap with Ride of the Reliquary. FGC, sure, keep. I don't know what they're on, but Francis. That much I know. Turn one ponder? Game might be over already. On the draw? If they're any kind of fair deck, which they're probably not on, to be fair. I feel like if you're on the draw and you ponder against us, that's how you lose games. But they're probably on a combo deck, to be fair. I am probably in the minority, and Everin, it's fitting that he rated us. I think Ponder is like gonna be unplayable in a few years. Decks are just too fast now. I guess I'm on the Everin train, right? 3 Ponders. You really want to draw multiple Ponders in your opening hand. Oh, they're on a fair deck. I think the game's over there. What are we doing here? All right, let's not allow. Do we get to Shepherd and just like force its natural order through? Maybe. Yeah, I guess so. Ooh, that Ponder looks terrible. Alongside that Spell Bomb that did nothing, right? It's like casting triple Ponder. It feels like they're on combo though. Why? But I don't know. It's weird that they. Let's see what they do. Let's just go for it anyways. I guess we just have it all. Safekeeper, Once Upon a Time, Natural Order. Do we play a land yet? We did not. I guess we just get the Cradle and just do everything. Do that. Actually, we small sequencing mistake. We have the Safekeeper. We could have just like pro, but it doesn't matter. Collector Oof maybe. Like, what are we afraid of here? I guess we just do that in case they have something relevant. No, it's been a while, but I cut Hoof already for a while. Oh. Yeah. I used to play with Hoof, and then I wised up in I want to say like February, and then cut it. And then my first showcase after that, I went undefeated. So I was on the right track, I guess. The thing is, like, you don't need it. Like, you're always getting a track set anyways. Even on board states where I have lethal, but it doesn't play through 2 pieces of hate, then I'll get. Then I'll just get Atraxa. Like I have to be able to win through like 5 pieces of things for me to feel safe to go for hoof. Otherwise, attract is just too good. And I say five, facetiously. I really may mean 2 pieces of removal. If it doesn't beat 1 piece of removal, I'm not gonna go for a hoof. That's my personal thing. All right, what are we playing? We didn't see much. I think they're on a mid range deck. Like I don't think a combo deck would play like Spellbomb main deck, right? But we didn't see anything, so they probably just kept the Force of Will hand. I don't know if I'm supposed to change anything here. If they're on Demir Tempo, oh, do they? Interesting. I did not know that. If they're on Demir Temple, then I like this configuration. If they're on Reanimator, the Thought Seizes should probably take the place of the Natural Order package. We didn't see anything though, so that like it kind of concerns me that they're on combo. Now, if they are on combo, okay, I think I'm gonna regret it more if I don't have Thoughtseize than if I do, and I'm wrong. Hope if that makes sense. Yeah, if I'm wrong, I'd rather be wrong and have Thoughtseize. I'm gonna feel terrible if I'm wrong and I rather have and I don't have Thoughtseize, and instead I like draw a Traxo or something. They're for sure on combo. Ponder in this economy on a fair deck turn one. Let's play defensively. Fetch that basic out. And then next turn, they probably have Bowmancer or something. I don't know, or remove or seize. If they don't do anything, I'm just gonna vomit my hand. Not playing like the format's too fast to play around sweepers. Like, and nobody's playing sweepers anyways, because for that reason. So if I lose to a sweeper, so be it. Let's do that. Let's do that. And what are we doing here? I think we're gonna wrap. I think they are on Reanimator. There's no way, just like 2 turns that they have impacted the board yet. Oh, they're on Storm? Oh, Ring, okay. It must be Doomsday. Interesting. Nice. Doomsday, interesting. Okay. What do we do here? I think we leave the pitch so we can hard cast endurance plus evoke endurance. Do it both, and then we'll just pass. I think our opponent is still in a lot of trouble, but we'll see. I don't want to speak too soon because, uh, I've lost to Doomsday where I thought I had the game won before. So no, they have Dark Ritual. It's got to be. I mean, we knew they were in comp because they haven't done anything. Like, if you're not affecting the board turn 1 or 2 in this economy, like you're for sure on combo. Are they casting another ring? Oh, they're on Storm. Nope, they're on Doomsday. Okay, Let that resolve. Allosaur Shepherd quite good in this matchup, luckily. I'm glad well, sort of, I guess. Well, I mean, we have Reclaimer for Cradle. You have to kill us now. Spotify money. All right, that's true. That's true. Everyone would be so proud of me right now. You know, 3 ponder su- support, right? Anytime somebody shows me a 3 mana card, I always point out to them, I don't see the text read win target game for a creature. It would be pretty impressive if they won from here, but I mean, I wouldn't rule anything out from Doomsday. My whole goal in events is to only beat Doomsday, because I feel like if I can beat Doomsday, that's the deck I'm likeliest to face in the finals of the event. I have that much respect for the deck. Deep analysis, the One Ring. What's going on here? Okay, that's pretty annoying. Okay. Uh, not until the next turn. I can target next turn. For what it's worth. I can't seize, unfortunately. Let's play that and pass. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. Mm, do we care here? How many forces do they have? One, two, three. I guess we can just do it in response, just in case they have something. Game. Yeah, I thought about consign, to be honest. I didn't think the fatal push, but Allosaur Shepherd like kicking butt there. I'm glad I rediscovered the card. I forgot how obnoxious the card is. Legacy is about just like doing your game plan and just having a speed bump for your opponent and making sure your card just like can't be interacted with as well. It's kind of I don't to be honest, I don't enjoy the gameplay, but that's what wins now. So what I mean by that is just like you're just supposed to, in my opinion, deck building. Like this is Jonathan Zhang, but you're just supposed to play as many bombs, so to speak, as possible. So like win target game, sometimes win target game. Everything's like a one card combo. I am saying that, Romario. I am saying that. And then or some of these things like Dossies, right? Like either protect your combo or disrupt theirs. Snuff out, zero mana black force of will. Saga. That one's like, you know, tame by our standards, I guess. I mean, if they did, I just would have cast the endurance in response, right? Like, I don't think that does anything. I don't think Spellbomb beats our hand there. Like we just cast in response to it. Yeah, four is just scary. Their deck is just all bombed. Like there's no defense. And then I realized that just like a couple days ago, and just like, oh, you're not gonna play defense. I'm just gonna play some insane offensive guys. Okay, what are we doing here? I don't really want to keep this, but I feel like I should. I don't want like it's good enough, I guess. I'm gonna go turn one reclaimer here. I mean, ideally I have a dork here. Actually, Forge is my number one priority right now, Romario. I'm like out there with my picket fence to get Planar Nexus banned. You know, the Wizard of the Coast, I'm like outside their front lot. I screwed up. I was supposed to play the Windswept. Getting real sloppy. Yeah, that was a mistake by me. I don't think it matters here, but I mean it could. They heat that. That's fine. If we don't draw a one drop here, we're just gonna run this Wild Reliquary into days, and whatever happens, happens. I guess it is. That's what's gonna be. My pray is they let this resolve, and they have Bolt in hand, and we're just gonna pitch cast Endurance and like blow them out. All right, they have the force. Natural order is going to resolve, I guess. Yeah, see, that's why I didn't want to play out my Arbor. All right, don't wasteland, and then we're in business. Ugh, they binned a creature. That's unfortunate. I guess they had a ponder anyways. Atraxa is looming. Please don't have another wasteland. They decline. Oh, there's the wasteland. I wouldn't mind a just top deck land here too. It's probably pretty good. Just like reset their board. We got punished pretty badly for we got punished pretty badly for burning that wild reliquary out. But I don't think we are allowed to waste mana there. Sure. What do they have? We'll pass. We have two shepherds, so that's fine. We can kill one. Jeez. Stifle? Oh my god, they're gonna steal the win against us. What the heck? 2 heats in the main? What in the world is going on? They messed up though, but oh, I guess we're gonna lose now. Oh my god. We have no choice. I think so. Like, what are the odds they have another stifle? I'm scared of them cantripping and then like beating the endurance. There's no way, right? Again? You gotta be kidding me. Oh my god. Just aggravating. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my god, I feel like I got robbed there. Jesus. We missed the 4th land. We're just so close. So close, so close. Question is, do we want the snuff out or the 3rd endurance? I feel like we just take the snuff out here. And that's like the problem was we kept a hand that didn't have turn 1 dork, and then we missed drawing another 1-drop. So we had to like instead of wasting mana, we went turn to maybe it's on me. Maybe I'm supposed to lead with a shepherd there into the arbor. The problem is if they bolt my arbor, then I just have no mana. So I'm okay with the line I took. It didn't work out, but I'm okay with that line. I think we want a Kina, right? Just another threat. I felt like we got kind of unlucky there, but we kept kind of a whatever hand. Why are we suddenly missing one drops? What the heck is going on? This is a keep for what it's worth because of Safekeeper, but we're probably gonna daze or force our first white, and then we're gonna turn 3 Shepherd into white. That's game. This hand would have been amazing if we had a dork. Force check right now, or daze check, depending on what you think. Oh, it's game. I'm gonna call it out right now. The game's over. There's no way they're playing a sweeper in this format. This is a nightmare. This is impossible for any fair deck to win. Stifle. Okay. I'm still gonna do it. Like I DGAF. Woo. Quick question: am I supposed to like cut them off Murktide here? Maybe. Think about that. How do we lose this game? I guess that's one way to lose this game. I might stifle this. I don't know. I probably should have done a main phase instead of giving my opponent a chance to respond. It gets real interesting now, like how much we want to grow the white. It's already to me the game has been over a long time ago, but just how to finish this game. Cause we technically pump Shepherd too here. Maybe it's not worth it yet. The whites become 4/4s, so they're gonna be huge. Do we want Safekeeper around? Do we care about that? I don't think anybody's playing Submerge, so. I guess we have lethal on board. Just like phase this out. I'm not gonna respect their Submerge here. Easy peasy. Game was won on turn 2. All right. The hard part. We have to actually win a post-board game now. Like game 3 on the draw. Do we want endurance or this Kenai? I feel like this matchup is like a burn matchup almost. I don't know if I want this. Maybe endurance is just better. Especially the way our opponent has been playing. Like they're just trying to turbo out DRC. Yeah. The thing is the curve though. Like you draw too many 3-drops, you just lose the game. And I think I want this to go over the top. It's possible we just want a third snuff out just so we don't get cheesed. Right? Like we're just playing towards the natural order end game here. Sure. Ooh, they don't. Maybe they're gonna stifle us. Hmm. Feels like we're gonna get stifled here. Yep. That's okay. That is okay. The problem is they have Corey, then we're behind. And then we're like staring at 2 snuff outs that don't do anything. Looks like that's what they have. Jeez. It's just unfortunate that we had lost game 1. I know, right? I think we're gonna take a lot of damage anyways. We're gonna snuff out this right now and just preserve our life. Again, just gonna try to preserve the life. When did they bobble, by the way? If they price the progress, so be it. Oh, they cast bobble. I messed up. I showed them the thing then. It's real dicey. We're gonna go to 3. This is obnoxious. Ugh, gonna lose. I don't think there was anything we really could have done here. Like, we kept the snuff out hand and didn't line up against their Corey. And then they have like the all like combo hand, so to speak, if you want to call it that. What do we have in the sideboard? Feels loose the board and force vigor against this deck. Like, they imagine if they have like DRC, you just like lose, right? We can't even do everything we want. We block one, block the other, and then we phase it out. Which the problem is, then we're at 2, and we can't kill them in time. It was close while we this playing against Burn. It is what it is. Never had a good Burn matchup. No, I know how I want to board. It just didn't line up there. Like, we don't have. The thing is, I don't really believe in answering cards like Corey or like Beans. Like, I know Maverick players like to have answer for Beans. Why are you trying to answer an enchantment that they already got value off of? Dread Knight. Like that's my whole point. Like, they built that way, and you're just like playing into their game plan. I like if they have it sometimes, so be it. But I don't believe in answering cards like Beanstalk or Corey because they already got value. Like, it's not a good trade. Like, you're trading 1 for 2 more or less. Like, if you want to think of it that way. Instead, what I like to do is pivot to tempo. Right? If they're gonna like, especially in the case of Beans, they're just gonna like tap out turn 2, do nothing. I'm just gonna like spam at the board, and they're gonna be behind tempo wise. Unfortunate. I thought we had that first game, and we just didn't. It's unfortunate because we did not draw really well any of these games. Game 2, we had like, I guess you want to call it the nuts, but even then, no turn 1 dork, and we got stifled here. Game 3. I mean, like I don't respect this deck in the sense that like my sideboarding is just like whatever I have. I think I could beat it most of the time, and I just like if they had the nuts like they did here, so be it. They added the turn 1 stifle too. That was pretty brutal. That was somewhat telegraphed, but it's not like we can play around it. That game one's gonna haunt me. Punished. That's the punish there for not fetching Bayou. Instead, we have to do this monstrosity. I guess we just ramp. Right? Because they presumably gonna kill the Wild the Reliquary. And then if they like have another thing, I want to be able to like double spell every turn. Ooh, interesting. I think they might have show and tell. In which case, I like would regret ramping here. Oh, are they a streamer? I did not know that. What do they normally play? Oh, they're on show and tell. Oh, stock up. Okay, interesting. Sneak and show with chalice. Oh, okay. So they're just like foregoing the cantrips. I mean, that is a thing you can do. This is a scenario here where I wish I had the lair of the Hydra because it's gonna matter. It is gonna matter that we don't have it. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. I did see that list. That's I didn't realize I saw a list with Fables, but I didn't realize they were playing Chalice. Maybe it was a different list I saw. Show and tell. 'Think we let that go. Yeah, we I the problem I see is this not having the layer is going to cost us this game. The funny thing is, if they force it, it doesn't actually do anything in terms of clockwise. Yeah, a layer is lethal here, right? Ooh. 9, 10, 11. That's 11. Did we just accidentally have lethal? Hopefully not. I mean, hopefully we do. I mean, 11, 12, 13. We're short one. 11, 12, 13. We're short one. We can go to 14. I think we have to keep the Talon Gates up. Yeah. Tomb is off, but we can't keep them off of fetch. But Tomb is off. drawing that landlord elf was actually decent there because we did get activate for additional 2 damage instead of just 1 damage. I guess we should have played the Verin Crancombs, but or I don't know if it doesn't matter. Hey Lorenzo, how's it going? We are 3-1. We lost a tough round 4. No, no lair. We would have had the kill, but getting punished here for not playing the lair. Ring? I guess we show and tell. Just put that in, I guess. It's not gonna matter. Atraxa? Sure. The thing is, like, Atraxa doesn't even win the game for them here. Like, the Atraxa, like, I think we just leave it alone. They go to 8 and we just kill them on the crackback. That we are scared of, though. Mm, what are we hitting here? I'm trying to think if it matters which one we hit. I don't. Maybe it doesn't matter. I was just like, I guess we hit that. Oh, I was supposed to deck thin there in case it matters. Okay, we got punished, but not by not playing the lair. Like it could have mattered there because we gave our opponent an extra turn. Force of Vigor, Seize. Pilineal seems good. Saga seems good. Garok Teague. I'm sure about this legendary Kithkin. No Safekeeper, no Bog. Let me check if let me check how I board. I don't remember. Why am I off a card? Sneak and show. Ooh, I cut dorks. Maybe that's the. Maybe that's it. So normally I would have the second needle. It's just the problem is like, do I even want Teague in this matchup? Um, it does shut off sneak attack, but show and tell is still a thing. And if they show and tell, like the problem is it cuts off everything else that I have. I don't think I want it. Imagine drawing this card. It's too bad. I think I keep, but Dealing a second land drop. Ugh, we did not hit a second land drop. We have one more draw step, and then our hand gets real awkward. Hmm. So they're still a while away from sneak attack. I think the scariest card for them to draw right now is show and tell. So I'm just gonna take that Traxa. We can actually deal with a sneak attack too, like, and they're like many lands away from casting it. They put one card on top. I wonder if that's just a land. It's pretty good. I don't think we want to get like randomly dazed here. Actually, that was a mistake because they have a braid. I should not have like get shown them that I have the shepherd. I guess if they have braid, they're not affecting the board state. I mean, like they're not getting closer to the combo. Maybe that's okay. In hindsight, I think if I were to do it again, I'd be tempted to like Green Sun and into Reclaimer, so I have more mana the following turn. Then they probably like bolt the Reclaimer, in which case I'm untapping with a what's it call it 3 mana. The sneak attack is gonna be potentially painful for us. I think we're gonna have to take a chance and draw step Saga and hope. Oh, the Abrade answers it though. The Abrade answers it, so that doesn't work. Huh? How funny. If they sweep here, we're just effed. But like, can this hand even play around a sweeper? I think we're all in. Like, and the braid it now has to choose the Allosaur Shepherd. If they sweep here, c'est la vie, right? Like they can do both on the same turn, presumably. Like sneak attack plus a braid. So they're gonna have to choose between living or not, and they're gonna hit the shepherd. In which case we untap with 3 reclaimers. Now that's not the best, but it's like better than dying. Okay. I want to see if they missed the line here. They may just tunnel vision into the hitting the pithing needle with a braid that they forget about the shepherd. I don't know. Actually, we effed up. They saw Fury off the attraction, so we just like hosed. I feel like we did not play this game right, and we're gonna get punished here. Presumably, they're furious. Fury takes off three creatures, I guess. Kind of brutal. Does things. Although they have force, so we're probably just like screwed. I don't think we're winning from here. Definitely did not feel like we played this correctly. I feel like we lost the game on turn two. I forgot what we did. We went Shepherd into Reclaimer. Yeah, that's got to be wrong. I think the correct play would have been like Green Sun into Reclaimer. They maybe kill the Green Sun or something, and we try to lock out their Snake Attack. But then they drew the Show and Tell, so kind of unlucky, but it is what it is. Here I think our only out is I think our only out here is Natural Order. We have a few turns, but we'll see. We go to three here. I don't even remember what's in their hand. Let's play this. We'll pass. We can't lethal them here, but that's actually a lot of damage. 9, 15. Yeah. Layer's not even good enough here. What do we have left in the library? Not much. I don't know if we want to reveal that we have a saga here. I guess in case the game somehow goes long. No, but the Linos are in the graveyard already, so no, it doesn't matter. Natural order or bust here. That is so close yet so far. We're off by 1 mana. And the Gris is dead, so there's no out. That is close yet no cigar. What do we want to do here? I think I liked how I boarded for what it's worth. Let's run it back. This TEEEEG is looking rather suspect. I think we keep, but it's like really shaky. Like the Force of Vigor is gonna have to do heavy lifting here. The Mystic's nice. Stock up. Oof. Good thing we sandbagged this forest here. The Reclaimer here, given that they have a moon out, doesn't really do anything. We're gonna save it to. Do we want to play the Reclaimer? I guess that's the question. Or do we want to save it to pitch to force? They could Fury us here, which is like pretty bad. I, the problem is like, what does Reclaimer do against this Magus? I don't think much. Although down the road we have 3 mana, 4 mana next turn. We could attack. No, I think we just keep it to the force in case they like do something crazy, like cage or something. I messed up, by the way. I should have led with a Cradle because then they're more likely to tap out. Actually, didn't hurt me, but it could have. So be better than me, I guess. Pithing Needle, Seas probably. No, we can't cast Seas. So Green Sun, land, probably. We have already 2 forces, so another Shepherd, I guess. Do I want once? No, I probably just actually we'll take the free spell. We're not free, but we have 2 forces. I don't think it makes sense to get more of that. We'll probably just bin the Once Upon a Time, to be honest. Too many cards. I guess we don't want to draw Once Upon a Time compared to another Force Awaker, so we just like put in the yard. Shepherd's looking real good. Dash for one first. See what they do. I mean seven. Sneak attack. Question here is what are we doing? We can't. I don't think there's any relevant two drop or one drop that we can get. So maybe the line is just play the reclaimer, play the land, then have grist next turn. Maybe they fury it. I don't know. I think my decision's kind of made though. Like we were 4-1. Uh, we didn't board and Teague one matchup, so that's very bad indictment for it. I'm gonna have nightmares about this match where I felt like I felt like our opponent stole game one, and then game three they had the nuts. It is what it is. The deck did feel good, and actually beating Energy is a good win because that kind of matchup is supposed to be very difficult for us, to be honest. We beat Doomsday. I forgot what our opponent was on here, and then we beat this like show and tell type deck. I'll bring up the list again. We tried the Teague tonight, but never even boarded in. I think this white mana like scares me a little bit, if I'm being honest, and I'm not sure it's better enough than like Collector Oof to play. Now, obviously, we played Keyring today, so no relevant testing. But I sure would have loved to have another needle in this matchup. All right, anybody have any questions for me? Here's my socials. I thought we played okay today, not great. For what it's worth, I don't think we played like horrendously, but I don't think we played like super great. Another 4-1. We lost to Blue Red. I don't even remember what we played first match. We won. Looks like we won pretty easily though. All right. Anybody have any questions for me? Thank you, Everin, for the raid. Actually, shout out Three Ponder. Uh, I think the deck felt very good. You definitely saw the I think you definitely saw the impact of Alistair Shepherd in this kind of deck, right? Like against some of the harder matches, like these blue force based combo decks that essentially is using force for tempo and just like a removable spell and just like trading up on tempo. Shepard is really good. Now they can force your turn one dork, but that comes with a cost too, right? Like if I don't have Shepard to just force my turn one dork and go like turn one dork, turn two white, they're just probably like, oh my god, we're staring down a nightmare now. All right. Anyways, damn if you do, damn if you don't. The other thing it does is I like the closing power. Like sometimes you're just not gonna draw a natural order. You need a way to win fast, and we saw that come up a few times I think tonight. Anybody have any questions for me? I think I'm kind of sold on. We'll try to forego the Godog T, play the second needle, see where we go from there. But everything else felt pretty good. And like I said, it felt like we had that fourth round stolen from us. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and raid. If anybody doesn't have questions, then thank you for hanging out. Thank you, everyone, for the raid. Hopefully, I will get my whatever pretty soon too. The promo codes. They haven't passed that out to me in a while. All right. Thank you, and have a good night. Time for the raid.